Naghahanap ka ngayon ng camera na bibilin mo, but you don't know what to buy. Lalo na ngayon, ang daming camera lumalabas, monthly, quarterly, merong bagong camera, and now overwhelmed ka, ano bang bibilin mo? So in this podcast episode, I'll share with you yung aking checklist whenever I buy a new camera or kahit pa noon nung bumili ako ng first camera ko, which is the Sony A6400, that I used for coverage ng mga weddings, ng mga events. So I'll share that with you in this episode. I'm your host Jolo. I'm a local filmmaker and content creator, and this is Film with Jolo podcast. So ngayon, pag-usapan natin ang pagbili mo ng bagong mong camera. Hindi biro yung pera na ilalabas mo, 'di ba? Kasi kung lalo na if you're from a phone user or kahit nga wala kang ginagamit pa na camera, and then bibili ka ng or mag-i-invest ka sa isang camera, maganda syempre 'di ba yung ma-maximize mo yung camera na to. I'll share with you yung mga 10 checklist na you can use as a guide or reference. Regardless kung anong taon ka na bumili and all, magagamit mo pa rin tong guide na to. So first off, hindi to in particular order. Basta checkbox to. Ito yung 10 checkbox na reference ko when I'm buying a camera. So unang-una is an interchangeable lens. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng interchangeable lens? Yung camera mo napapalitan ng iba't ibang lente. And why is that important as a checklist, unang checklist mo when you're buying a camera? It's because it will give you a lot of room to work with when you're shooting or filming videos. Kasi if you're stuck with a point and shoot na camera, I'm not saying na hindi sila maganda and all, but uh, nagiging limited kasi yung way mo to shoot or film videos kasi hindi mo napapalitan yung lente. May limit yung range, focal range, yung aperture nung videos mo. So maganda, unang-una talaga, bibili ka ng camera, dapat napapalitan ng lente. Kasi nakita mo dyan, yung iba, very sharp, ang bilis ng autofocus. Kasi yung lente nila, it's a very good lens na compatible dun sa camera. So una-una, yan talaga. Para sa akin, interchangeable lens dapat yan, napapalitan yan. Para mas marami kang room to work with. Especially wala ka pang ganong karaming budget and you want to maximize yung camera mo. So next is manual controls. Guys, manual controls dapat meron yan. And I think pretty much naman lahat na ng ah, camera ngayon meron ng manual controls. What do I mean by that? Yung manual controls yan yung mga yung focus zone, yung histogram, yung false color, ganyan, zebra. So maganda kasi very helpful 'yon sa video mo kasi to determine kung overexposed ba yung videos mo or hindi. Yun din pag adjust ng exposure mo. So maganda dapat may manual control 'yan. Next is frame rate. If you're not familiar with frame rate, yun yung makikita mong FPS. FPS sa mga videos is it 23 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 60, merong 120, 240. So ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Bakit ito hinahanap mo sa isang camera? It's because yung frame rate kasi it affects how you produce the videos. Like for example, makikita mo a lot of action cameras, ang tataas ng mga FPS na option nila. May 240, may 120 because it helps you slow down your footage. Pag pinabagal mo yung footage mo, hindi siya choppy. As opposed na pag yung camera mo hanggang 24-30 frames per second lang. Tapos in-slow down mo. Ang pangit, lalabas no na medyo lag. Parang choppy nung video mo. But ang standard niyan, if you're going to slow down a video, kailangan naka 60 frames per second at least. Para mapabagal mo at least ng 20%, smooth pa rin. Meron pa rin yung slow-mo na action na very fluid ng video. As opposed na pag 24 tapos in-slow down mo, ang pangit tignan. Tapos, kasi syempre 24 frames per second is actually the standard for yung mga napapanood yung videos or I mean movies. That's a standard FPS. And then for online content, for TV, actually, I remember it's 30 frames per second. So frame rates or yung choice or options mo sa frame rate is very important when you're buying your first camera. Lalo na depende kasi kung ano yung isushoot mo. We will talk about that later on. Next is resolution, guys. Resolution, very important. Ang standard na resolution ngayon na mapapanood mo dapat is 1080p. At least nakakapag-shoot yan ng 1080p, okay ka. Kasi pag 720p yan, medyo malabo na yan sa sa video. Medyo malabo na yan. Makikita mo parang grainy or hindi siya sharp. Basta hindi siya sharp. Tapos, bakit ko sinama yung resolution? Pag ako, right now, currently, I'm doing vertical videos. Sony FX30, that's what I'm using right now. And I also have the Osmo Pocket 3. They have the option of 4K. And very helpful ang 4K if you're shooting on a landscape, but then you want it to zoom in. Pag naka 4K yan, hindi na wawala yung quality, hindi bumababa. Kasi pag zoom in mo yung 4K, para lang siyang lalabas na magiging 1080p, which is yun nga, standard nung resolution ng mga videos right now. And it doesn't mean naman na pag sinabi kong walang 4K, pangit na yung video. Again, sabi ko nga, depende dun sa isushoot mo kasi. For me, very helpful ang 4K. Meron nga 8K. Yung phone ko, may 8K. Meron pa 12K. Pero kung ang gagamitin mo lang naman for social media content, at least mga 4K na siguro standard. Medyo future-proofing na natin yung camera mo. At least may 4K ka na 60 frames, ganyan, para at least magamit mo siya for pag gusto mo i-slow mo yung mga shots mo maybe for B-roll. And if you're not familiar with B-roll, again, I'm throwing a lot of jargons or mga terms, baka bago ka pa dun sa mga terms na to. Don't worry, in our later episodes naman, eventually we will talk about it. But right now, we're focusing on, sabi ko nga, resolution as part of the checklist ng video mo to help you really, again, get a good quality video. 1080p, standard yan, dapat meron. Hanggang at least, usually ngayon talaga lahat naman ng mga bagong camera ngayon, 1080p at least 60 frames, goods yan, goods. Tapos, kung may 4K, 6K yan, it's a plus. It's a plus. Lalo na pag you're using footage dual, no? Ibig sabihin, nag-shoot ka ng landscape and then gagamitin mo rin siya sa vertical, i-convert mo sa reels. 2-in-1 na yon, pwede mo magamit yung video kasi kahit i-stretch mo or i-zoom mo yung video na yon, maganda pa rin dahil 4K yung video na ng resolution. So yan. So next is build quality or features. And why do I say build quality or features? Kailangan, kung bibili ka ng camera mo, make sure na yung build quality niya is up to standards ng saan mo ba gagamitin. For example, kunwari, madalas kang nasa studio lang, puro studio lang. Okay lang yan kahit medyo plastic lang yung build quality kasi nasa loob lang ng bahay. Pero kunwari ikaw lagi ka on the go, madalas parang nasa labas ka na weather yan, muulan, maaraw, ganyan. Kailangan weatherproof yung yung camera mo, lalo na kung ganun nga yung mga madalas na i-shoot mo or location na pupuntahan mo. So build quality features, kailangan titignan mo din yan. Depending, again, on what type of content or what type of videos that are you going to shoot or film. Now, what else? Yung autofocus. Yan, autofocus is something that is really a must right now, especially if you're solo content creator, a solo filmmaker, wala ka naman team. Hindi mo afford or ang hirap pag ang camera mo ay pangit ang autofocus. Kasi makikita mo hindi sharp or hindi nakafocus sa iyo. Makikita mo parang, imbis na ikaw yung nakafocus, yung likod mo yung nakafocus, yung background mo yung nakafocus. 'Di ba? Ang pangit naman no dahil syempre uulit ka ng pag-shoot mo ng video mo, sayang yung oras. So kailangan you look for autofocus as well. Lalo na kung you're a solo content creator or solo filmmaker, malaking tulong ang autofocus. Battery life. Yan guys, very important tong battery life na to. Ako, as I shoot events, no, yung battery is really medyo talaga doon challenging kami. But right now ako, I was able to somehow solve that problem. Lalo na ngayon, ako kasi as a main camera, yung main camera kasi sa isang event is that yun yung nakababad lang sa gitna or somewhere na camera. Hindi kayong creative na gumagalaw-galaw tapos parang snippets yung sinushoot mo. Ang sinushoot na main camera parang the whole event, yung highlights nun. So kailangan talagang tuloy-tuloy yung pag-shoot mo. So ang ginawa ko doon is V-mount battery para siyang power bank ng camera. But check your battery life, yung battery life ng mga camera or nung camera bibilin mo to match ano ba yung mga types of videos na shoot mo. Kasi kung yun nga, parang vlogging din yan na tuloy-tuloy, kailangan mas maraming battery life ang kaya dapat ng camera mo to match yung needs mo dun sa pagvo-vlog. Okay, next is film settings. Dito, yung sinasabi ko kanina na from the manual controls, dito rin yun, yung parang film settings na you have the option to turn on or yung meron kang settings to do false color, peaking, yung zebra to see kung overexposed ba yung videos mo. So all those film settings kasi ang importante yan when alam mo yan, tinitweak mo yung camera mo, yung video mo to adapt dun sa environment and to ensure na tama kumbaga yung pagka-shoot mo sa video. Kasi mahirap yun na parang post-production mo na or i-edit mo na lang siya during the editing part. Medyo mahirap yun. Baka mamaya kasi hindi mo ma-save. So mas maganda as soon as possible, as much as possible, na dun pa lang sa mismong pag-shoot mo, sa camera pa lang, dapat nakaayos na yung settings mo. So next is brand. Bakit brand, guys? What's important, bakit brand tinitingnan mo or dapat kino-consider mo? Kasi if ako, this is personal opinion to and I see a lot of people sa wedding industry or sa events, puro mga naka-Sony. It's really good. I'm not saying yung ibang brand is not good for videos, no, but for our team kasi we're using Sony. And that's why it's important to see din yung brand kasi para seamless yung work nyo kasi pare-pares kayo ng ginagamit na camera brand. It helps with the editing. So kahit pa paano mapapadali yung buhay ng editor kasi meron silang pare-pares na settings and then somehow makakapag-align kayo lalo na sa color grading yan. Very important. Nagkaroon na ako ng problema nun before na nagkumuha ako ng tao na ibang brand. Tapos nung nag-color na ang layo, kitang-kita yung difference nung Sony doon sa I think it's Nikon. Very different yung colors. Makikita mo agad yung difference doon sa output. So brand is something that you want to look for when you're buying your first camera. Another example I just read an article, parang medyo natatalo na yung GoPro compare dun sa lumalabas kasi meron ng DJI Osmo Action sa action cameras. So titingnan mo ngayon doon ano ba yung dalawang brand na to. Ano ba sino ba dito yung mas magpo-progress at magbibigay ng malaking improvement in terms dun sa camera. So it's really important to check yung brand. Okay, and then last is and this is etong last one na to, madalas ito yung inuuna nila, which is yung price. But to be honest, dapat hindi ito yung una-una yung checklist na titignan. Kasi it's not the most expensive or it's not the cheapest na camera. Doon kayo magde-determine kung bibili nyo ba siya o hindi. Kasi if napakamahal nga ng camera pero hindi mo naman alam gamitin at hindi naman para doon sa bagay doon sa pagsusutan mo. Kunwari, bibili ka ng red camera. Ang kailangan mo action camera dahil nagmo-motovlog ka. 'Di ba? Ang mahal-mahal ng red tapos hindi mo naman magagamit doon talaga or hindi mo ma-maximize. Pag kinabit mo sa motorsiklo mo at ginawa mong pang motovlogging. So really price is that's the last thing na dapat titignan nyo to really check ano ba yung bagay sa camera or ano bang bagay na camera para sa iyo. Because again, the other checklist, that should be the priority. The bonus tip here is all of these are just checklist. The one thing that you need to understand is bago pa kayo bumili ng first camera nyo, if you can determine ano ba yung mga type of videos that you shoot, and then when you're buying the camera na, you check this checklist or guide to help you understand or get the right camera for your video. Again, recap lang natin, ang checklist mo when you're buying your first camera should be na interchangeable yung lens niya, yung frame rate niya dapat may mas maganda, mas maraming options, the better, because it will help you dun sa pag-slow down ng videos mo. So the higher the FPS, the more you can slow down your video, the more na parang buttery smooth yung videos mo. Also, yun nga, yung manual controls, yung exposure triangle, the ISO, aperture, shutter speed, yan. Dapat nandyan, merong manual controls para at least magagalaw nyo yan. That will help you yung ilaw ba na nakaka-capture ng camera mo na aayos mo or natitweak mo. Resolution, so standard is 1080p guys. Lower than that, I would not recommend it. And then, the highest resolution, pwedeng 4K, 8K, 6K, depende pa rin naman sa videos na isushoot mo. Build quality, weatherproof ba yan or plastic lang ba yan, depending on the environment, saan mo siya madalas gagamitin. Film settings, ito na yung mga sinasabi ko, zebra level or yung false color, peaking, so that you know that you capture the correct video, helping you, itong mga tools na to, it helps you produce a quality video. Autofocus, as a solo filmmaker, content creator, wala kang tao, ikaw lang mag-isa, kailangan importante na may autofocus or maganda yung autofocus. Yung Sony, Canon, alam ko maganda naman yung autofocus nila. I haven't tried Nikon tsaka yung ibang ibang camera brand, DJI, ayan, okay, natry ko na din yan. Okay din yung autofocus naman yan. And then battery life, sabi ko nga kung mas maganda, 'di ba, kung isang battery lang pero can last you a couple of hours, that's good. Pero kung mga 1 hour lang yan, 30 minutes tapos ang kailangan mo babaran. Medyo ekis yan. Hanap ka ng ibang camera. Brand, because again, yung lineup nila, if they're focusing on improving their videos o baka mamaya kasi you're looking for a video camera pero ang naging focus na lang nila is pang photo pala. 'Di ba? It restricts or limits your capability as a filmmaker or content creator kasi naka-photo focus pala siya, hindi naman video focus. Naghahanap kayo ng video camera. And then last is yung price. Price is really something that you look at last kasi it's not the cheapest. It's not the most expensive camera that you should consider. At the end of the day, what you need is that kung anong type of videos that you will shoot, that will determine kung ano bang gaano ka mahal or gaano ka mura yung bibili mong camera. That's it. Yun yung ating episode for today. Let me know if you have any questions and if you still need guidance on what to buy, saan bumili. Meron akong mga kakilala or mga pwedeng i-recommend sa inyo na mga shops that you can buy your first camera. So I hope this helps. And again, we will do our mantra, which is create your vision, capture the moments, and connect with your audience. This is Jolo, your host, and this is Film with Jolo podcast. I'll see you the next episode, next Friday ulit. Bye-bye!